Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today is Wednesday, April 9th, and I'm just bringing you, this is the first part of what will be probably my bi-weekly grocery haul, and so this is part one. Today is Wednesday, April 9th, as I said, and these items came from Superstore. Typically, the PC Optimum offers run every week along with the flyers from Thursday to Wednesday, so today is the last day of the weekly flyer and the last day of this week's points offers. They'll rechange over to new offers starting tomorrow. So I wanted to grab a few things that were on my offers. Some of them were on my personalized offers on my PC Optimum app, and some of them were things that were just simply in the flyer, but I wanted to pick these up before those offers expired. As you know, ham is, Easter is just around the corner on Sunday, April 20th, and hams were on sale right now and in the flyer, and there's not a points offer on them, but I just decided to grab one. I have a turkey in the freezer that I'll probably use. I'll probably cook that, but I'm going to make a ham along with it. This was $16.33. It was a what was the weight on this here? 3.72 kilograms. And then in the flyer, the Cadbury mini eggs, they are $17, limit of 6. Of course, I'm just going to probably buy one at that price, but not a terrible price on them. But there was an in-store offer for 1,500 points for each bag that you bought. I do like them just for snacking on, but I also have a cookie recipe that I use, that I make at Easter time, and it takes these mini eggs. So I'll be using some of those in those cookies. President's Choice brand Smokies came up on my weekly PC Optimum offers, but there was also an additional offer in the flyer. I believe it was 1,500 points for the, 3,000 points if you bought Smokies. But they were also on my regular weekly offers too, so I was able to double up on that. And I also had a points offer on no-name brand eggs. Just for those of you that aren't familiar, especially if you're not from Canada, PC President's Choice brand, that is one of the store brands for Superstore, and anything that's black bar that's the yellow packaging is a black bar that says no name, that is also store brand. So my offer was for, if I spent minimum $10 on no name brand eggs, I would get points. And they were, how much were the eggs? This is a very small receipt. This should not be hard to find here. They were $10.22. So I had to spend $10 and I spent $10.22, so I got that. And then President's Choice salsa was also on my weekly offers. I grabbed one because I already have two downstairs on my pantry shelf. So I got points on that. That was $4.29. So I'll show you here, give you the breakdown. There's the salsa, $4.29. Otherwise, after the limit, if I would have got the limit of 4, which I did not, but if I did, they would have been $4.79 after that. The mini eggs, $17. I got the 1,500 points. There's the eggs for $10.22. Smokies were... let me see here. Yeah, it says they're $15 there. Okay, I didn't think they were that much, but either way, I earned points back on them, which is good. So 3,000 points that I earned is $3 back in points, which is pretty good. Sometimes they go on sale for closer to 10, so they were a little bit more expensive today, but because I earned points on them on my app and the in-store offer, I earned points back. So instead of being $15, technically earning $3 in points back brings them down a little bit. And then, of course, the ham was $16.33. So there is the 1,500 points up here for the eggies, for the mini eggs, rather. And down here, I earned 1,000 points for the no-name brand eggs, and 1,500 points on the Smokies, and 400 points on the salsa, for a total after tax of $64.88. So altogether, points I earned, the 1,500 points, that was the in-store offer, that was for the mini eggs, and the rest of the points that I earned that I listed above, that was 5,900 points. So I earned a total of 7,400 points today, so $7.40 worth of points, leaving me at the closing balance today as of 183,300 PC Optimum points. So right now, as of today, I'm sitting at the $180 mark of PC Optimum points. Now, stay tuned for part 2, because in a couple of days, I will go and get the rest of my groceries after we get paid, and then I will show you what I picked up at that time. All right, now on to part 2. Today is Thursday, April 10th, and it is almost 10 o'clock at night. I just got home from work. I work at Sobeys. For those of you that have been watching my channel for any length of time, you'll know that. And I quickly popped over to my physiotherapy appointment after work and then ran back to the store because there are some things on sale. Today is Thursday, April 10th, as I said, and the new flyers at Sobeys, Safeway, Superstore, most of the stores start on Thursdays. And along with that, then most of the new points offers for the week too. I do have some points offers over at Superstore, so there are a few things I'll probably get there. But tonight after work, I just popped back into work after my physio appointment and picked up a few things at the store that I work at. Some of these things had points offers. Some of them were just a sale. A couple of them were sales with the Scene card. That otherwise without the Scene card, they would have been a higher price. So let me go over what I picked up. The Lay's chips, there's no points on them right now, but they were $2.49 each. So I grabbed a ketchup, a barbecue, a dill pickle back here, and a classic, just a plain. $2.49 each. No points offers to be had on those. And then just some white bread for my sandwiches for work. I believe that was $1.99. Yes, it was. Trying to look at my receipt off to the side here. That was just normal everyday price. That's my preferred bread for sandwiches, for toast, for work, whatever. And then gravy mixes. These are on sale right now. They're 99 cents. I believe that's a sale price for them. But they are actually, with the Scene card, 66 cents a piece. So, yeah, it says they're down to 66 cents. The receipt says you save 70 cents each. So that means that they would be normally, if this is 66 cents, then I guess they're normally $1.36 a piece. So they're on sale for 99 cents if you don't have a Scene card, but with the Scene card, it's even better because they're 66 each. There's other things that are on sale along with these. Taco seasoning, some chili seasoning packets, various things. But this is what I mostly wanted to pick up right now. I have a pretty good stockpile of seasoning packets for like shepherd's pie, taco seasoning. I believe I have enough of those. But Easter is basically, well, Good Friday is next Friday. So we're probably planning on doing a turkey dinner here on Easter Monday. So I wanted to stock up. I know technically I probably should be making my own gravy and stuffing and whatnot from scratch. However, I'm not good at that. So at 66 cents a piece. And remember, those of you that have watched my channel before, you know that because I'm an employee of Sobeys, I do get a corporate employee discount of 10% off my first $150 spent in a week. So this is 99 cents. And because I'm a Scene card member, 66 cents. And that is before my 10% off. So you take like 6.6 cents off each one. You're basically paying less than 60 cents each. So I picked up the basics. I picked up 6 brown and 6 turkey. I don't need a dozen of these for Easter. I'll probably use maybe 4, maybe 2 of each, but just to stock up the pantry. So at that price, can't really go wrong. Grapes are on sale for $2.99 a pound. And again, that's before my discount. So the red grapes were $7.94 and the green grapes were $7.64. So they're pretty much even as far as the weight in the bags, I guess. As I was working today, I served a number of people that brought farmer sausage through. Normally these are at around $11.99 a piece. Not all varieties, but certain varieties were $5.99. So I went back there and I was examining everything, and I had a couple in my cart that I thought were part of it, and I'm looking at a picture of the code and I thought, no, that's not right. And the ones that did match the code, I only found 2. But that's okay. I don't need a lot. I just took one out of the freezer the other day, actually, to thaw out to make a sheet pan meal out of probably tomorrow. And these 2 will just go back in the freezer and restock that. So these were $5.99 each. And again, that's before my discount. And then I checked the clearance carts. These honey dill sauce are on 50% off. This is something, I mean, any of my American friends, they kind of look at me funny or talk to me. They kind of roll their eyes. Not that I see them necessarily because I don't live in the States, but you know what I mean. In chatting with them, they kind of wonder like, what honey dill sauce, what's that all about? Well, most people here, maybe it's a Manitoba thing more so, or than just a Canadian thing, might be more unique to Manitoba. I don't know, but either way, here a lot of people use honey dill sauce to dip chicken fingers in. It's really quite good. I did send a jar of this to my friend on YouTube, Marlene, over at Snow Gardener 307. Last year, I sent her a care package of stuff, including some of my homemade jams. I stuck one of those in her package. I don't know if she tried it or what she thought of it. But at any rate, these are on clearance right now. The best before date technically is April 24th of this month. So it's like, technically, it's like, why are you buying 2? They expire in 2 weeks. Well, you know what? A lot of people say those best before dates are a guideline. So if I were to open one now and use it up within a month, and then we use the other one up by summertime, that might be a month or 2 past its date, or maybe 3 months past. But as long as it's not like a year past its date, it probably won't be. It probably should be okay. But at minimum, we'll use one anyway. And I'll put one in the cupboard to use ASAP because we usually like to have chicken fingers once in a while. I do anyway. I mean, my daughter is more likely to have them plain, but I will use this. And then the other one, just put in the pantry and hopefully get to it soon. As you can see here, these are $8.49 and 50% off of that, making them $4.25 or $4.24. Yeah, $4.25 came off. So $4.24 and then minus my discount over and above that. And look what's back. Eggnog is back. Now, I probably only needed to buy one, but Christmas freak that I am, I know it's not Christmas, but I love eggnog. And a couple of years ago, they started bringing this out at Easter time as well, just in the 1 liter size. I will use it for drinking. These are only good till April 25th. Now, those you do have to mind the date on because they are dairy. However, I like it. And I mean, what I'll probably do if I don't go through all these or both of these is I'll probably just freeze one. I use it for drinking, but I also have a recipe for a banana eggnog loaf. So instead of just regular old banana bread, banana eggnog bread. So that uses a little bit of it too. So that's partly why I wanted to grab some of these. And the eggnog, let me find it on my list here. Where is the price? No, I can't find it. Of course I can't. There's the chips. I think it was $4 and something. There, it was $4.39 a piece. So not the world's greatest price necessarily, especially for a 1 liter. But you know what? It comes out at Easter and at Christmas, and that's it. So it's kind of a special treat. And then here, there's two things at play here. This potato and egg salad and the creamy coleslaw salad. First of all, there was a sign that said these were on sale, $1 off. They're $6.99 each, $1 off, making them $5.99 each if you had a Scene card. So that was a special sale only with your Scene card, first of all. And second of all, on my Sobeys app or on my Scene Plus app, either way, if you look at the various offers, there was a teammate exclusive, meaning for those of us who are employees, that you would get 400 points per each of these. And you can use that up to 4 times. So I earned 400 points on each of these. Now, I went through the self-checkout and I goofed. And the thing I did wrong or that I forgot about is that, yes, I could get, because it's a 4-use thing, I could get 400 points twice on this. However, they had to be in separate transactions. And I goofed. So I paid and I looked at my receipt and I got 400 points. I should have got 800. And so I had to quickly go up to customer service and they adjusted it and said, you should know better than that. You're a cashier. You work here. Ha, ha, ha. And quickly adjusted and gave me the 400 points on a separate receipt. So very much like the Kraft $10 bundle where, you could come in and buy the 5 pasta sauces or 5 Crave dinners and get the $10 off. You could do that multiple times, but you had to do it in separate transactions. Same thing with this. So this is a special deal. First off, this is for anybody, the $1 off the sale price was for anybody that has a Scene card. And the fact that you got 400 points, that was a special employee only thing. But I forgot that it had to be done in 2 separate transactions. So I can still use that 2 more times in the next however many weeks or however long until that offer expires. But for right now, just grab these. I made some chicken breasts. There's still one left in the fridge. I might make a sheet pan meal tomorrow with that farmer's sausage. So having some things like some chips and maybe some salad on the side just sounded good. Plus, I was shopping at 9 o'clock at night and I was doing the thing that you should never do, and that is to shop hungry. So, lesson learned, right? Probably not, because we all do it. Okay, so it shows the 400 points there for the first salad and not for the second, but it was adjusted. And then there was 5 points for, where was it? For meat department. Now, you can see there that my corporate discount was $8.26, leaving me with a bill to pay of $70.76. Could have used points, but I'm trying to save them up all year if I can. So there's the 405 points that I earned. That I was going into this with 13,537 points. So basically $130 in Scene Plus points. That will, when those points hit, that means I will have 13,942, which is just shy of 140, but then I will be over 140 points because when they adjusted this afterwards and added the other 400 points. So as of about tomorrow, I will be over the $140 level in Scene Plus points. So not too bad. Now, one thing that is happening at Sobeys this week, for those of you that like to go there to shop, there is a points offer. If you buy a $150 gift card, Sobeys gift card, you'll get 1,000 Scene Plus points. And what that is it equates to $10 in Scene Plus points. Now, you usually, I think there's a limit on it. You can buy 4 or 5 of them, something like that. So there's a limit. You can't just go in and buy like $1,000 worth. Mind you, most people probably wouldn't anyway, but there are people when I'm working that will come in and buy the limit, like 4 of them or whatever the limit is. I think it's either 4 or 5, and earn an instant $10 in points on those gift cards. And as a cashier, sometimes I will even tell people that. If I see they're coming through my line with a large order, I'll say, just one sec, do you have a scene card? Yes. Okay. Well, you know what? There's a promo on right now. You buy a $150 gift card, you get $10 in points instantly. And then you can turn around after you pay for the gift card. You can't use those points right away because that takes 24 hours to hit your account, but you can turn around and use that gift card to pay for your groceries. And sometimes people are like, "Ah, don't worry about it," or they don't have a scene card, but sometimes people will actually do it. And then they thank me for telling them that because, they didn't realize. A lot of times people come in and they will ask for that because they do shop the points and they're already aware of this because they buy these gift cards every time this promo comes up. And so they're already well aware of it. But if they're not, I'll give them a heads up and say, hey, if you'd like, you can do this because it looks like you got a good $100 to $200 worth of stuff in your cart. So why don't you do this, earn instant points, and then use the gift card because you're going to be paying money anyway, right? So why not get the points out of it? So if you are a Canadian watching this and you shop at Safeway or Sobeys, just realize that there's a sale that started today. Well, not a sale. You'd have to go back and look at the flyer. I don't know if it's an all week thing or just a 2 or 3 day thing. That I should have probably made myself familiar with. But what I know is right now, at least, you buy a $150 gift card and use your Scene Plus points, and then that will not use your points, but swipe your Scene Plus card, and you'll earn an instant $10 in points. And then you can turn around and use that on that gift card that you just purchased on your groceries, having earned $10 in points instantly. All right, I just paused you for a second to go back and take a look on the Flip app and look at the Sobeys flyer just to verify to make sure I'm giving you right information. Sometimes when you see those coupons in the flyer, well, this isn't a coupon, but it's a promo that's going on. But sometimes if there's a coupon in the flyer or a promo, sometimes it's only like the weekend or Thursday to Sunday or Friday to Sunday, and sometimes it's all week. But yes, this is on Thursday, starting today, Thursday, April 10th to Wednesday, April 16th, the $150 gift card deal. So if you shop at Safeway or Sobeys and you're a Scene Plus member, and you'd like to do that, then go in, buy yourself a gift card, or 2 or 3, depending on what your budget is, earn an instant $10 in points on each gift card that you buy, and then turn around and use the gift card to pay for your groceries. But you've earned $10 in points per gift card right off the hop. So just wanted to let you know that. That way you can make use of that offer if you are Canadian and you do shop at that particular chain of stores. All right, that's it for this. I think with the little clip that I had at the start of this video, plus this is long enough for right now. So I think I'm going to stop here. And then once I go to Superstore in a couple of days, then I'll do another video of what I pick up there. So for now, this will be the end of this section of my grocery haul. And the rest, you'll have to just make sure you're subscribed and tune in to the next video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already done so. Hope you're having a great week. Tomorrow is Friday, April 11th, and I have tomorrow off, and I intend to enjoy it. School's out tomorrow too. It's an in-service day, so I don't even have to work there. So I actually have a day off. What am I going to do? Probably housework. But nonetheless, I don't have to go to work. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you leave a comment down below. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend. See you next time.